the 9th century. The once mighty Abbasid caliphate is weakening, its grip on power is slipping away. From North Africa to Persia, rebellions challenge its authority. Governors assert independence, the empire is fracturing. This is a time of upheaval, a time of great opportunity. In the shadows, a new power is emerging, a dynasty that would challenge the Abbasids and reshape the Islamic world. This is the story of the Fatimids. Their rise is a tale of ambition, faith, and conquest. It's a story that takes us from the deserts of North Africa to the palaces of Cairo. It's a journey through a pivotal era in Islamic history. Our story begins with a man named Ubayd Allah, a charismatic and ambitious leader. Ubayd Allah claimed descent from Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad. This lineage was crucial. It gave him legitimacy in the eyes of many Muslims. Ubayd Allah found fertile ground for his ambitions in North Africa. The region was home to the Kutama Berbers, a powerful and disaffected group. They had long chafed under Abbasid rule. Ubayd Allah saw an opportunity. He sent missionaries to the Kutama, preaching a message of revolution and a new Islamic order. The Kutama were receptive to his message. They flocked to his banner. A powerful alliance was forged. The stage was set for a dramatic change in the balance of power. The Fatimids' claim to descend from Fatima was more than just a political strategy. It was central to their identity. They believed they were the rightful heirs to the Prophet Muhammad. They saw the Abbasids as usurpers. This claim resonated with many Muslims, especially those who felt marginalized by the Abbasid regime. The Fatimids offered an alternative, a vision of a just and righteous Islamic state. This message was particularly appealing to the Shia Muslims, who believed that leadership of the Muslim community should pass through the Prophet's family. The Fatimids were Ismaili Shia, a branch of Shia Islam known for its esoteric teachings and revolutionary zeal. In 909, with the Kutama by his side, Ubayd Allah embarked on a series of conquests. Their first target, the Aghlabids. The Aghlabids were a dynasty who ruled Ifriqiya, modern-day Tunisia and eastern Algeria, in the name of the Abbasids. They were a wealthy but decadent power, ripe for overthrow. The Fatimid armies, led by the Kutama general Abu Abdullah al-Shi'i, swept across North Africa. They defeated the Aghlabids in a series of decisive battles. By 909, the Fatimids had conquered Ifriqiya. This victory was significant. It marked the beginning of the Fatimid dynasty. Ubayd Allah established his capital in the newly captured city of Raqqada. From this strategic location, he would extend his influence across North Africa and beyond. The Umayyads in Iberia under Abdur Rahman III were bitter enemies of the Fatimids. In 909, Ubayd Allah made a bold move. He declared himself caliph. This was a direct challenge to the Abbasid caliph in Baghdad. It was a declaration of war. Ubayd Allah took the regnal name al-Mahdi Billah, meaning the rightly guided one by God. The Fatimid Caliphate was born. This event sent shockwaves through the Muslim world. The Abbasids and their allies denounced Ubayd Allah as a heretic and an impostor. A dangerous rival had emerged, one that threatened their very existence. The Fatimids, however, were not content with just North Africa and Sicily. They had their sights set on a much bigger prize, Egypt, the breadbasket of the Abbasid Empire. The Fatimids continued their expansion, driven by a vision of a vast and unified empire. They conquered territories in North Africa and beyond, extending their influence far and wide. They subdued the Idrisids in Morocco, forcing them to pay tribute, a clear sign of their growing power. They launched raids into Abbasid territories in the east. Their advance was relentless, showing no signs of slowing down. Their armies were disciplined and well led, a testament to their strategic prowess and military organization. Their cause was fueled by religious fervor which inspired their troops and unified their ranks. The Fatimids were a force to be reckoned with, their military might and strategic acumen making them formidable opponents. Their success was not without challenges. They encountered numerous obstacles and fierce resistance along the way. They faced fierce resistance from the Umayyads in Iberia, who were determined to defend their territories. The Umayyads were another powerful dynasty who challenged the Abbasid Caliphate and now saw the Fatimids as a significant threat. They saw the Fatimids as a threat to their own ambitions, leading to a series of intense confrontations. The struggle between the Fatimids and the Umayyads would be a defining conflict of the 10th century, shaping the political landscape of the region. a clash of titans that would shape the destiny of the Islamic world, leaving a lasting impact on history. In 969, the Fatimids achieved a major victory. They conquered Egypt. This was a turning point in their history. Egypt was a wealthy and populous land. It gave the Fatimids control of the Nile River, a vital trade route. The Fatimid general Jahar al-Sikili led the conquest of Egypt. He was a brilliant military strategist. He founded a new city near the ancient capital of Fustat. He named it Al-Qahira, meaning the victorious. This city would become known to the world as Cairo. Cairo was designed to be a magnificent capital, a symbol of Fatimid power and prestige. Jahar al-Sikili oversaw the construction of palaces, mosques and gardens. He established a new administrative center for the Fatimid caliphate. Under the Fatimids, Cairo flourished. It became a center of learning, culture and commerce. The Fatimids were patrons of the arts and sciences. They established libraries, observatories and hospitals. One of their most enduring legacies was the founding of the Al-Azhar Mosque in 972. Al-Azhar would become one of the most important centers of Islamic learning in the world. It attracted scholars and students from far and wide. The Fatimids also made significant contributions to science and technology. They are credited with the invention of the fountain pen, a tool that would revolutionize writing. They also made advances in astronomy, medicine, and agriculture. The Fatimid Caliphate, a significant Islamic dynasty, faced its share of challenges throughout its reign. Internal strife, external threats, and religious controversies constantly tested their resilience and ability to govern effectively. One of the most dramatic and devastating events in Fatimid history was the Qarmatian attack on Mecca in 930. The Qarmatians were a radical Ismaili group known for their extreme beliefs and violent actions. Their leader was Abu Tahir. In a bold and audacious move, they launched a daring raid on Mecca during the Hajj pilgrimage, a time when the city was filled with devout Muslims. The Qarmatians killed thousands of innocent pilgrims and stole the black stone from the Kaaba, the holiest relic in Islam, causing immense grief and outrage. The Qarmatian attack sent shockwaves throughout the Muslim world, shaking the very foundations of the Islamic community. Ubaydullah, the first Fatimid ruler, ruled his empire in North Africa for 25 years. He destroyed the Abbasid dynasty, conquered Kairouan, built the city of Al-Mahdiya in Ifriqiya, and ruled from there until his death in 934. He was succeeded by his son Al-Qa'im. In 934, Al-Qa'im succeeded his father as Khalifa. He never left his royal residence at Al-Mahdiya. The Fatimids became an important power in the Mediterranean. After the reconquest of Sicily, the Byzantine province of Calabria and the Ligurian coast was plundered and the city of Genoa sacked. From 944 to 947, the realm was plunged into crisis by the revolt of Abu Yazid, who had united the Kharijite Berber tribes of the Ars Mountains of eastern Algeria and overrun Ifriqiya. Al-Qa'im was able to hold out in Al-Mahdiya with the help of the navy for over a year, but died before the revolt could be put down. In 946, after the death of the Khalifa Al-Qa'im, his son Al-Mansur became the next Fatimid Khalifa. Al-Mansur concerned himself with the reorganization of the Fatimid kingdom after the revolt. He continued the struggle against the Umayyads in Morocco. After years of negotiation and diplomatic efforts, the Qarmatians eventually returned the Black Stone in 951. Al-Mansur died in 953 and was succeeded by his son Al-Mu'iz. At the start of his reign, the Fatimids controlled territory from Morocco to Tunisia, including Sicily. In 969, the Fatimid general Jauhar conquered Egypt on behalf of the Fatimids. A few years after the conquest, Al-Mu'iz made the decision to transfer the center of Fatimid power from Al-Mahdiya to Egypt. The momentum of the conquest of Egypt was sufficient to carry the Fatimid armies into Syria and Palestine and conquer them. Eventually, they would develop friendly relations with the Byzantines. Despite facing numerous challenges, the Fatimid Caliphate endured for over 2 centuries, showcasing their resilience and strategic prowess. The Caliphate reached its zenith under the reign of Caliph Al-Mu'iz, who ruled from 953 to 975. His leadership marked a golden era for the Fatimids. Al-Mu'izz was a shrewd and ambitious ruler known for his strategic acumen and visionary leadership. He consolidated Fatimid power and expanded their domains significantly, bringing vast territories under Fatimid control. One of his most notable achievements was the conquest of Egypt and the founding of Cairo, which became a center of learning and culture. Al-Mu'izz is considered one of the greatest Fatimid caliphs, revered for his contributions to the empire's prosperity and stability. They ruled a vast empire that stretched across North Africa and the Middle East, influencing the regions they governed. The Fatimids fostered a vibrant culture, promoting arts, science, and literature and creating a rich cultural tapestry.